You go first. You turned it on. Hi, everybody.
It's
Guess
us.
what?
It is
Guess
us.
what? It's us.
It is your weekly dose of information and humor
And tomfoolery. That's a good one.
Yes.
Because we didn't even have to make it up.
Nope.
We just had to use it.
Yes, there we
And
go.
I can't believe we've gone this long and not used that phrase.
There we go. Come to Tom's for tomfoolery.
And it's even better when Tom's here creating the
Yes.
foolery. Yes,
It-
yes. Exactly.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Anyway, hi guys. Just in case you're new, that's kind of what you can expect from us. I'm Deborah.
And I'm Lori, and we're coming to you from Tom's Sewing in Surrey. Beautiful British Columbia, because it is
Surrey?
beautiful outside.
Yes, it is gorgeous.
And we do have our other locations, so
Mm-hmm.
Country Folk out in Chilliwack and Masons in Burnaby.
Yes, absolutely. So
yeah.
one of those locations has to be close to you to make it convenient.
But we're usually only at the Surrey one, so if you're coming for us. You know.
Yeah. Well, and then you would probably want to make sure that she's here. She's not always here.
Summer,
Me, on the other hand,
you're
5 days out of the week.
Yeah, well, summer I've got I'm got grandma duty, so I'm not here
she's not
as
here
much.
So,
But everything else, yeah, I'm here.
and for the time being, I'm here for 5 days a week.
Yeah.
That's about all they can take. So, anyway,
So, yeah, so all the rest of us can take is only.
That's what I meant. That is what I meant. I know I can be a trial. Oh, well. I don't care. I've made it this long. I think I'll probably survive a little longer.
Maybe.
Being this difficult.
That's okay.
Okay,
still love
so big demo sale.
Yes. So because if you've been into our stores, especially like the Surrey one, we have tables and tables and tables of machines
Yes.
that we have out so that you can come in if you're interested in a machine, you can sit down, you can touch it, you can try a stitch out on it and just see how comfortable it is. Purchasing machines really is
Very personal.
It is personal. Sometimes can be a very big investment,
Yeah.
and you want to make sure that you've got the right machine. And
Yes,
so that's why we
absolutely.
have a lot out there. I mean, yes, you can like order online and all this other kind of stuff because sometimes you can get. But the thing is that personal touch of coming in, touching the machine. Now, do we have all makes and models? No, but we have a very large selection.
We do. Yeah.
For this,
And a wide
and especially
range
if you
of
don't
brands.
know which one you're wanting, and you're going, this, and so then you can try out a couple and just see what's comfortable. Because sometimes when you sit down, I like this one because you've read all the stats on it, and you sit down and the button's not quite in the right place, and this. So now that being said, is that because there's lots of machines, times when new machines come out or whatever, it's just we don't like them sitting on our table for very long.
No. So we do
And
this twice a year.
So, yeah, twice a year. But we'd like to give you guys a deal. And so we have what is called a demo sale. So there are some machines that, have had little stitch out on them. And then there's some, we don't usually let them go too far. We'll throw them on a one-off demo sale if there's been a little bit, if it's a popular machine, it's been stitching up quite a bit. So, if you are in a market for a new machine and you want to either get into sewing, you're looking at upgrading from what you have, and that budget is kind of a little tight, our demo sale is an awesome time to do that.
Yeah.
Because you come in and you can see what we have. So this is only on floor models, so ones that are sitting on our floor.
Yes,
so the demo, so you don't come in and say, I like that machine, can I have it new in a box? No, it is the demo sale.
Yeah.
But there's a really good deal on a lot of them. So if you're looking at maybe upgrading, now is a good time because you can get into that next one up at a decent price. Not that they're, well, okay, but
at a little bit better price.
At a little
Yeah,
bit better
exactly.
price.
Yeah.
So if it was just a little bit out of your reach, come check the demo
Could-
sale
it
because
could be
it
right
may
in there now.
it could
Yeah.
be in your sale. So every location has different machines out. Some of us have there's some of them that we all have the
Yeah.
same one, especially popular machines. But every location has different machines, so come see what's there. Once it's gone, it's gone. So if this is something that you're
Yes,
wanting to
yeah.
do, come check out. So the earlier you get into the sale, the better,
Yeah.
because there's more options.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
And then so grab those,
Yeah.
come see what we have, and then if you like it, you got to be prepared really to kind of grab it on the spot.
Yes. Yeah.
Because once it's gone, it's gone. Then you got to get a new one in the box
And
at
then
the new price.
Yeah. Yeah. At the
Okay.
yeah, at the
So
regular
we've got
price,
some
yeah.
really good ones in there. The radiance. If you looking into getting into embroidery, or you had a machine for quite a while and you just kind of want to step it up a little bit to that, So
Yes.
we've got a radiance. We've got some Husqvarna, we've got the Epic 3 there. We've got the Icon. No, we don't have the Icon 2 anymore, do we?
I'm
I don't know.
Not-
I know
not
it's
sure.
I know it's
Yeah.
been there, but I think
think
don't-
It went,
yes.
but I'm not 100%
I don't know.
sure. Yeah.
I'm in, like I said, I'm in and out, and I'm not in and out as much as I usually. But there's those, and then your regular sewing machines. So we've got beginner level ones. Mechanical. We've got, if you're going from mechanical to computerized, because they got little bells and whistles. You want to take it up a step. Sergers. We've got those.
Absolutely.
You want to
Yep.
get those air thredder ones.
Oh,
We've got a few of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
looking. I'm going.
Yeah, I know. I like those.
I got a
air-
wall of fabric and stuff,
in
so I can't really
between
see.
us and the machines, but
Come check it out.
yeah, from very entry level right up to the Radiant. So and the Epic 3. So check them out if that's what you're in the market for.
Yes.
Now definitely the time. Absolutely, yes, yeah. Upcoming fabric sale.
Yes. Okay. So, some Christmas fabric came in. Now, just the start of it. So there was some that came in, not a lot. But we have minky and just FYI.
Yeah. If you're looking for it.
We got a big thing in. It was a lot of minky, because those bolts are big. So we got a little bit of Christmas fabric in. More's coming throughout. So we'll get more throughout July and August or whatever. But to kick off Christmas in July, we do have a Christmas a sale on all Christmas fabric, or most of it. So it's 25 to 30% off. So it's going to vary. Some will be 25, some will be 30, just all over the place. And then if you finish a bolt, then you do get the extra 10% to finish the bolt.
Yes, absolutely.
So there's a simple sample behind us. There's some, it's funny, Deborah comes in, oh, that's pretty. And she's like, yeah.
That's really cute.
It is really cute. And we've got Grinch, we've got gnomes, we've got traditional, we've got a variety of stuff. And of course more. I think the one shelf is there's a ton of Grinch. So if you're into Grinch, baby Grinch is coming in. So we've had, I remember we have this thing that eventually baby Grinch is coming in.
Baby Grinch.
Baby Grinch.
Oh.
Yes.
Lord,
I was looking forward to seeing that stuff, but it's not in yet. Yeah, it's gonna wait, and then I'm gonna have to it'll be Christmas before it comes.
You get to have it.
Well, no, before it comes in, just because I'm so anxious to see what it looks like. Sometimes when
It'll be here long before Christmas.
I know, but it'll feel like that.
Yes, yeah.
Sometimes when companies do baby whatever it is, sometimes it works really well, sometimes not so much. So I'm anxious to see if this is a yay or a. But it is the ones that we deal with usually are a yay and stuff like that.
Our
So.
lines of fabric that we bring in are really quite lovely. Yes. Always. Yeah.
What else do we have in there?
Uh,
Save the date.
Yeah, save the date for the FAF grand opening is September the 10th through 12th.
Yes.
10th is here, the 11th is Country Folk, and the 12th is here again.
Yes. And the 10th is going to be highly focused on Creative 8.
Okay.
And just an FYI, Creative 8, yes, it is embroidery software, but it's so much more. There's a lot of stuff to do in there with quilting and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to we got some plans to kind of do a few things with Weekly Dose on Creative 8 coming up. So,
Yes.
And then we have Teach the World to Sew. And then I forgot, we also have a pattern sale. So if you come in the front door, their Surrey location, there's a whole bunch of patterns. They're on for $5.
Yeah.
Tons of patterns. So if you're looking at, doing some new projects, there's, tons of patterns so you can get Christmas fabric and fabric things. The sale's 2 weeks, just so you know. But again, like the demo sale, the demo sale is for July or until they're sold.
Yes.
And there's been a few times where we've gone and it's like, where's all the machines?
That's yes, because it can get looking pretty empty out there after we've gone a week or two of the demo sale. Because, quite frankly, I think some people wait for it because it's a good deal. Yeah. And just in case you're lucky enough to find the machine you wanted at that price, then bang, you're good to go.
So yeah, come visit us. We have air conditioning.
Yes.
So if you're in France or Europe.
Yes.
Just a quick little side note. My son was in France during that heat wave. Oh, it was brutal. They're not set up for air conditioning, and it was
don't
brutal.
have the power grids we have.
It's not even just that. It's the way the way the houses are built, because so many of them are still like they're hundreds of years old, and they were designed to keep the heat in. And so they do. They keep the heat in.
They do what they were meant to do.
And, I've heard a lot of different reasons why they don't have air conditioning out there. They're not set up, but a whole bunch of different things. Yeah. But it was brutal. And when he'd come home, he'd come home to rain. He was like, oh. But I heard the other day, and this is what made me sad, is like there's a lot of people that passed away, but they had to increase the number by 3,000 people more that had died during that heat wave. That's just so.
And Mount Etna is erupting.
Oh, they're having fun over there. Woohoo!
No kidding. That can't be good for them either.
No,
because they closed one of the airports yesterday. Can't remember the name of it, but because you can't fly with the ash flying. So. Anyway.
Yeah, that's it. So come enjoy the air conditioning. Come check out the Christmas fabric. Come check out the demos. Come say hi to us. Get some new patterns and stuff. And if you need a reason other than those, we do have some classes.
Yes, we do. And the new dates for Tom's free motion. That's not what it's called, but Tom is the one teaching it. And
so the first free motion, free motion class, the intro or whatever it is to free motion quilting that Tom teaches. Surprise, surprise, the first few dates sold out very quickly.
That's right.
I heard a shocker. So we've got a couple more new dates in there.
Here in Surrey, September 26th and October 9th. I think the September 26th is the one that's full, but check it out. Do add if the classes that you want are full, add your name to the wait list, because that's our trigger to check to see if we should be adding more classes or another time, another date. Okay,
our classroom, we have a classroom of 6.
Yes.
Some
can take 7.
Or else if it's a or if it's a non-machine one, then we can take more.
Yeah.
Okay, but for machines, especially embroidery machines, we do 6 because there's a lot of reasons for that. I mean, yes, our classroom can only hold 6, but I mean, we could have gotten something bigger and did a bigger classroom, but we've had bigger classrooms in the past. We find that 6 is a perfect number for teachers and that, because when you have too big of a class and you have a variety of learning levels, the new ones need more help.
Yeah.
and the class tends to go at the pace of the newer ones.
Yeah.
So if you're a little more experienced, you're kind of sitting there and you're, the pace seems very slow. And then if you're new, you do need more. And if you've got, a whole bunch of new people, then so with 6, even if you've got new and experienced, the class still runs at a good place.
Yes.
The teacher can give you the attention that you need. And so it really is that sweet spot. A lot of our teachers like that number. I like the number. So with it only being 6, as teachers, we are willing to teach the class. We would rather teach the class 5 times than teach 30 people at once.
Yeah, it's better all around.
If a class is sold out and you want to take the class, put your name on the wait list. Once we have a wait list, then we talk with the teacher and we say, okay, we can, it can go either way. Sometimes we'll sit there and say, the teacher, what dates are the new dates? Or sometimes we'll send an email. Okay, what works for you? And then we find a date that works for everybody. We do the best that we can with a lot of different things. And then we put more dates in. Sometimes it's a morning and afternoon class. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 different dates, depending on the length of the class. So if there's a class that you want to take and it's full, don't get discouraged. Get on that wait list, and we will get another class going.
Yes, absolutely. And that first intro to free motion with Tom is his approach is he shows you how to make the machine work for you.
Yes. Very different approach.
As opposed to you trying to struggle to make the machine do what you want. He shows you this is what the machine does.
We've had a lot
of
a lot of feedback from people who've taken the class that have taken free motion classing like beginner, and they come out and they're like, I still don't get it. And then they take Tom's class and they're going, okay, that makes sense. Because it's not about the technique yet. If you don't know how to set your machine up and you don't know like all those little things, no matter if you've got the technique's not going to necessarily work because the so he mirrors those 2 things together, and you just get that moment.
Yeah, you figure out what your machine does,
and it makes it's really good.
Absolutely. Stitch and Chatter.
Our next one is August.
Yeah.
July, we're not running July because it would fall the same week as Kimber Bell Day.
Yes.
So there is no Sit and Chatter, which is our embroidery class, or the Stitch and Chatter, which is the embroidery class that we run Thursdays. Yeah. Either morning or Zoom, because we have Kimber Bell Day. So the next one will be in August. On August 20th.
Yes.
Okay.
And Kimber Bell Day is July the 18th. Now, if you want in that,
there's still some room. Come,
you do need to register.
Yeah, you do need to register, so we make sure, because yes, this isn't a 6-person, we fill you up in the classroom and we've got seats and everything, but we still only have so much space.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
In the store, like we can have you in the classroom and in the store, but there's still only so much room. So do make sure that you register so we know how many people are coming. We're going to have treats. We want to make sure we've got enough treats for everybody.
Yes.
Because there's nothing worse than getting here and finding out that you only get a teeny little bite of one of Carrie's muffins.
Carrie's great treat.
I mean, I cook too, but like it's just we've got a bunch of baking coming in, but you don't want a tiny little piece. All right.
Next is your autumn pillow.
Yes,
it is full.
Yes. So there is, if you've taken any of our like beginner embroidery classes, like the 4-part one, and you just kind of want to expand some of your knowledge or just more practice, this is a really great opportunity. The class is full. It was running on a Saturday. If you want to take the class, sign up. Even if the Saturday doesn't work, get your name on the wait list. Then I know, and I will put in another class. And then before I pick a date, we will check with everybody to see if they want a Saturday, which probably won't happen. Let's put it that way. Not until next year. Our Saturdays, if you look on the clock, they're gone.
Yes. They go quick.
Especially in the fall.
Yeah.
So it'll be a weekday, and then we'll find out like what weekday kind of works for everybody, and then we'll get that class in, whether it's in the summer or September or whatever. So it's it's a beautiful quilt. It's a lot. I'm having so much fun with it, finishing it off, because this one has a lot of different not so much embellishments, but mediums that they're working with, like felt, and so I'm having fun using a whole bunch of different things, and it's like, ooh, that's what they used, but I'm going to lorify it.
Lorify. I like that. Okay.
We used it before. It's my lorify. I'm making it better. I'm lorifying it.
Okay. Your embroidery, your first Saturday run.
Yes, so that starts August 8th.
Yes.
And so if you've been wanting to take it and you need it on a Saturday, that's then.
Here's your time. Yeah.
And then what else?
The bigger backpack, the beginner backpack on August the 21st.
Yes. So that are some of our classes for the summer, some going into the fall, and just always check out the calendar.
The calendar, always. So if you happen to buy a new machine at our demo sale, this would be a perfect opportunity to use it.
Yes, and then just remember, when you do buy a new machine
with us,
okay, so if you buy it here with us, there are classes.
You can have lessons.
You can have one-on-one lessons to help learn the machine. So don't, if you're like going, oh, I've been a mechanical forever, I don't know if I can handle like a computerized, that's okay. We do one-on-one lessons. And then and get you familiar. Now, they're not sewing lessons, so they're not like how to piece or like all those kind of things. It is geared to how to use your machine. Yeah. But we also have machine. We'll have some in the summer. Learn to use your machine, and so you can take that class. You get to take that class once.
If you bought the machine from us, you call the store and we put you in.
Yes, so you get
because it is no charge to you.
Yeah, but if you bought the machine somewhere else, you can
enroll online
in the class and stuff. So, and that's always great to do. So.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's lots of fun.
Okay, so our topic of the day.
Okay, so we mentioned like nude sewing or whatever. So we're actually going to talk about some things we wish we maybe would know, but like things that are important for somebody new getting into sewing, what we kind of should know.
Yeah,
things that
basics,
are important.
Some of the things that are really are going to make this easier for you. I've been sewing a long time, so I have to say I had to think about it, but by thinking about it, it made me realize there are things that I've slipped up on, like that you out of habit, sometimes you just don't take the step. So by going through, my take on it is, this is one of Lori's thing, pressing, not iron, we press. To me, it's essential. I couldn't even conceive of cutting a piece of fabric that hadn't been pressed, stitching a seam that I haven't pressed. I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't. But the thing is, I can. I hate ironing. Okay, just a little note on this. I know. But see, the thing is, for a lot of people, when you hear pressing or ironing, they think that it is the same motion. It's not.
No.
Okay?
No.
And so everyone's like, well, you press. And I'm going, I am pressing, or whatever. And I think, and this is where terminology, understanding terminology, because what is this and in this aspect and that same word over here is very, very different. And so everyone's like, well, you need to press. And I'm pressing. I'm press that, But it is a very different motion. Yes. And we found this out. And, I'm thinking I'm doing pressing. And we were in a class together or something like that. Or we were somewhere. And I'm over there pressing. And she goes, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be ironing. I'm not ironing. I'm pressing. And she goes, no, that's ironing. There is a difference to the motion.
Yes.
And then that. Because when there's wrinkles in my fabric. I put the iron down and I'm like, I'm pressing. But no, it's It is a different motion,
Yes,
and so
it's-
sometimes understanding that.
The trick, there's no motion. It's, you press your iron down,
Yeah, but
and
see,
then you pick it up and you move it. You
See,
do not iron.
and to me, I was like, how is that getting the wrinkle out? Because I push it down on the wrinkle and I lift it up and the wrinkle's still there. You got to smooth that wrinkle out.
No.
You know, so sometimes it is very different perception. Like pressing, it's like, you know.
So now you know. There is no motion to pressing. It's down and up.
Okay,
Down
and the reason
and
for
up.
that.
Is so that you're not distorting the fabric. You're not distorting the seam you just made. If you're working on a bias, it's really, really easy to distort your fabric if you're pressing. If you're ironing.
See, you're not supposed to. Now we just confused everybody.
Yes, no.
But yeah, because like
you put it down and you lift it up. You put it down and you lift it up. That is the pressing motion, if you want to use that, so that it is, you're getting the look you want, you're getting the crisp seam, or you're getting rid of the wrinkle. And if you need assistance with getting rid of a wrinkle, like you can spray it with water, you can spray it with starch. If I'm working on a bias seams, I'm going to put a little bit of starch in there because that's really going to help hold it together until it is all together.
Yeah.
And then it holds itself together, or it does what it's supposed to do, and that's to flow. So that's the press. That's how it's important. Also, good needles, good thread. There's nothing more frustrating than using low grade thread, using bad needles.
You do need to change your needle. I know.
Yes.
It's like, you know, beating a dead horse. We're always mentioning that, but it really is changing your needle.
Yeah.
6 to 8 hours, depending on what you're doing.
If it starts to dull, it can no longer do the job that it was created to do. And nowadays, there are so many different types of needles for so many different types of fabrics.
Yeah.
The world has changed since I first started sewing.
And yes, I mean, they're not like, you know, 30 cents a needle, you know, but they're still not that expensive. A package of 5 runs you anywhere from $5 to $12, depending on the type of the needle. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, if you're not changing out your needle and you break your needle and it gets in there, you can throw out your timing. And then if you throw out your timing, then you gotta come in and see one of our lovely techs and leave your machine with us. And your machine, I mean, right now it's 7 to 8 weeks, give or take.
Yep.
But it can be as high as, and that's saying that it doesn't need parts. But sometimes it can be as much as, you know, we've had, you know, up to 16 weeks because everyone seemed to be throwing out their timing at the same time. So it depends on how many machines we have in at a time. But you're looking at anywhere from what, $150, and that's like a very basic
And then
mechanical, and up.
$119.95 is a basic mechanical.
Yeah, so you're
And then up.
Yeah, and so that's a little bit more expensive than the package of needles.
That's all because a needle.
And then the flip side of it is if you're using like a dull needle or whatever, you have chances of like damaging your fabric or your project that you're working on. And you've spent what, $300, you know, you're doing a quilt, you can easily spend $300 or $400 on fabric, and now it's, you know, damaged because of the needle. Well, again, a little bit more than $6.95.
Your non-quilting partner didn't hear the cost of a quilt. She just came, because I have never shared that with. No.
Well, I know,
Nobody
but you get
knows.
people that's going, well, you know what, you know, can you make me one? You know, it's like, well, it's going to cost. You know, it's like, no, they're $30 at Walmart. Then go buy a $30.
I would buy it at Walmart then.
So, there's that.
Accurate cutting and marking.
Yeah.
Depending upon what you're doing, it doesn't really matter. Like if you're making a quilt and you're cutting your pieces to create your block, or you are making garments, the marking is really important when you're making a garment. And I know they've changed how you can cut out your fabric now. Like you can actually, you know, put the picture of your pattern piece
Projectors
down,
and stuff,
projector
yeah.
onto the fabric. what I would love for that. But other than that, like you have to mark and cut those pieces accurately, because that's going to be essential when you start putting it together, because some of those rounded corners, outside, inside, all of that, if they haven't been cut correctly and measured properly when you laid it out, you are going to have problems getting that together.
The other thing with this, like accurate cutting and stuff, understanding that fabric has a bias, that one way it stretches or whatever, but squaring. So if your fabric, when you like are making those cuts and your fabric itself isn't squared up to begin with, that you're making those square cuts, you'll get frustrated a little because there'll be a little bit more pull on one thing and not, and then things don't lay flat. So understanding that, yes, this is the bias, and so if you're cutting like different blocks or whatever, you're making sure that you're cutting them in the right way. And if you're sewing things that have been cut, because if you cut this way and you sew like top to bottom, let's just say top to bottom, so your salvage is on the bottom, and you cut that way, and then if you turn that, so you cut 4 or 5 blocks, and then you go to sew them together, and if one of them gets turned, then you've got like the biases are now going opposite of each other. And so when you stitch them together, one's more likely to get pulled and stretched, the other one not so much, and then you get those curves. So understanding that, like, so when you're cutting like 37 blocks, make sure all those 37 blocks stay the same way.
Yes.
Because, and if you're working with a plain fabric, or non-directional fabric, it's very easy to get those turned around.
Some of these things are like, know how to find your grain, the grain of fabric.
That's the word I was looking for. Going, it's something.
This is where you can, and that's the very beginning. Before you make one cut, find the grain, find the bias, find the stretch, whatever it is you're looking for. And that's where learning the terms help. Know what the grain means, know what bias means, know what the fabric means, know what the selvage is. Like, okay, one thing that I know was never taught to me, and I started sewing, grade 8. Never include a selvage in a seam. Ever. Because it's tight. Your selvage, always cut the selvage off before you start calculating what you're cutting. And know what the selvage is. Because it is woven really, really tightly, because that's what's holding the bolt together. So.
And the other thing with that, like sometimes, like if you're not cutting on the grain and you're a little bit off, you'll find, because I've stitched some stuff together and it's just shredding, like the threads are coming. It's like, why is it doing that? Because it was cut off. And so, and then once it starts doing that, it can unravel, and then and when you're working with a 1/4 of an inch seam, and it's all pulling apart, it's going to have holes. And so understanding some of that stuff, it really is.
So, and learn your machine. Learn what your machine is capable of, what you have to do in order to find what you want it to do for you to get the effect that you're looking for. And just the manual is great for that. Check your manual out, learn it, go step by step, check it out, see what this does, see what this means, try it on different fabrics. Make a book
different
of these types of things.
Understanding different stitch lengths also, because your machine has different stitch lengths. Like, what is, there's this, if it's computerized, it's when you turn your machine on, it's got the standard, stitch. So that, just because that's what it opens up to doesn't necessarily mean if you're going to be doing a basting stitch that you're going to be taking out, you don't want like tiny little stitches, even though she gets mad at me. I'm like, whatever, I'm good. I'm an expert seam ripper, so I can do tiny little ones. But you want to know how to adjust your stitch length, your stitch width, all those kind of things, and why it's important.
Absolutely.
We're going to scare everybody off because there's so much to know.
That's once you know those things, it makes it so much easier to move forward with your project. Just because then it becomes the fun thing. And it's supposed to be fun.
we do have like a really good teacher for our beginner quilting classes.
Yes, we do.
Rita's amazing. She's been quilting for years and stuff. So it is worth it taking those classes.
And our Learn to Use Your Sewing Machine class is taught by a tech.
Yeah, so
again,
learn to use your sewing machine and learn to and then those beginner quilting classes. Do you have to just take it once? No, we do different quilts. That's why she does a different quilt every one.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because you'll learn some the first class. You take it again, you'll learn something more, and then as you begin to understand what you don't know, or you've made one and you're going, wait, I had this problem, then you can ask those questions and you can learn. Don't ever be afraid to ask a question, especially when you're in class, like, this is something I'm having a trouble with, because it could be, we've all done them.
Yeah.
Some of us maybe more than others when we even know better. But we've all done it. We've all been there. And we are all even still learning, because I've done stuff like, and then someone will go, well, this,
exactly.
And so ask those questions.
Absolutely. Because we're always still
you're
learning.
spending time, which is valuable.
Yep.
You're spending money in those products and getting the good stuff. You spent time and money on getting that machine. Know what you're doing. Like, you will be so much more happier. Your finished projects will look that much better.
Yep.
You'll enjoy the process of making them instead of going, oh man, I gotta sew that thing again, And you don't want that. This is supposed to be relaxing. It's supposed to be enjoyable. This is supposed to be where you ignore everybody else because you love sewing.
Yes.
And your house looks like a disaster because you're
sewing.
Because you're sewing.
And this is acceptable.
Is it acceptable?
Don't let anybody tell you
No.
it isn't.
So, but yeah.
So I think we've kind of covered a lot. So
We did.
We'll kind of have a series. We'll do a couple more of these just to
And
cover those.
Throw your comments in there.
Let us know.
Like things that you wish you would have known.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or things that, you struggled with as a beginner, or, that you're struggling with now. And
if we have to, we'll look it up and we'll find an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
So that is it for today.
Enjoy your sewing journey.
Yes.
And you're
yes. Thanks for hanging out.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.